Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my two girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 103. Got my coffee in my summer sock camp mug, which starts on Tuesday. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. And I'll be in the magic loop cabin. Let's see. What do I have cinnamon toast crunch creamer. Today is Sunday. May 30th? Yep. May 30th, 2021. If you are new, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. You can find all the show notes right down there. I'll have links to all the stuff right down there. Last week I noticed I did an oopsie. Sorry about that. These show notes will be correct. I went through them like 2 or 3 times. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today it's knitting and crochet. Let's see, what other admin-y things? Oh, my giveaway over in my Ravelry group. I have a thread open for my 100 episode. Just go to that thread. I will have a link to my Ravelry group down there. And just answer the question and be a member of my group and US only. Those are my only rules. I think the next episode I will be drawing the winner, so you have 1 more week to enter. I believe I said I'm going to close it June 5th and draw the winner and announce it on June 6th, which is next weekend, isn't it? Yes. All right. I think that's it. I have 2 finished objects. Well, kind of 3 finished objects. And 3 whips. One of them's on the verge of a whip / finish object. So, yeah. I think that's it. I have acquisitions. And we'll talk about what I'm reading and watching. All right. I think I said everything. We can get started. Finished object. Oh, look at these. This is Night Owl Fibers. Bellatrix Lestrange, however you want to say it. And I found a color to do the heels and toes. Last week I was saying I wanted to do this like a gray color that was like really close to this. And I'm like, nope, we can't have that. And the same gray touched on this heel too. So this is Lolo Did It. I don't remember the name. I think it's Folsom? Folsom? I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I think it's perfect with these socks. These are Shorty Socks, obviously. I do 12 rows of 2x2 rib, and I put the heel at, I did an afterthought heel, 5 rounds of leg, and then I did my heel. And that's it. Oh, I love these. And I finished these, I wasn't thinking. So Stash Dash started on Friday, and I finished these on Thursday. I should have waited and did the toes, or did one of the heels on Friday, so I could have count them for Stash Dash, but I didn't. Oops. So I did finish these. These were my last pair. Were my last pair before summer sock camp. But when we get into whips, I'll talk about that. As I said, I finished these Thursday. So I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday before summer sock camp started. So can you think of what I did? Yeah. Do you have any guesses? We'll talk about my one last finished object, and then we'll get into my whips, and then you can see what I did. Oh, I finished. This is a sock yarn cowl by Noble Knits. This is KnitPicks Felici Rainbow. This is going to be a gift for my other kiddo. I made one of these a couple weeks ago. I finished one. So now they both have matching cowls. Matching rainbow cowls. I used a US 4 16-inch Chiaogoo. I did 8 rows of rib on the top and the bottom, and I knit 50 rows. And that's pretty much it. 132 stitches. I could have went a little bit longer, but I wanted to save some of the Felici for my blanket. So you could definitely, and this is 1 gram. This is 1 ball of Felici. So I probably could have got maybe 3 more stripes taller than it is and use up every last bit. And that's my finished objects. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Nope. I have been on a finishing mode this week, so whips are kind of small. On the smaller side because I finished a lot of stuff. Alright, now we'll get on to whips. This is a bag that my friend Amie made for me. Oh, my favorite bag. Alright, now we're going to talk about like I said before, I talked about my sock. Like I really need to finish that sock before summer sock camp. I did. I had 4 days left. And I finished the sock on Thursday. I woke up on Friday. I'm like, I have to cast on a sock. I have 3 days. What am I going to knit? And as you see with my whips, I have really nothing to work on. We can't have that. So I decided to cast on a shorty pair of socks. Like I can finish a shorty pair of socks in 4 days. Look! I have half a sock. And it's Sunday. So this is Desert Vista Dye Works. Do I have the tag? I don't think I do. Oh, yep, I do have the tag. These are leftovers from, I think these were these were my May socks. I did a full pair of socks in the Monopoly colorway. So I had about somewhere between 21 and 22 grams left of this color. So I decided to do shorty socks and do a contrasting heel, toe, and cuff. And I had some left over, which is good because I didn't save any from my blanket yet. So I have enough for my blanket now. So that makes me happy. These are counting my rows, 10 rows per marker. These white ones are where I'm going to put my heel. For these, I did 15 rounds of cuff, 64 stitches. I kitchenered the toe this morning, like right before I recorded. So, yeah, I cast these on Friday. And I finished the sock this morning. Well, minus the heel. Yeah. And the second one is just got the cuff, and I didn't weave in my ends yet. So the cuff is ready. I did this cuff yesterday. I do magic loop. These are Chiaogoo red lace, 2.5 millimeter, which is a US 1.5, 32-inch cord, 64 stitches, 15 rounds of 2x2 rib. And here's the second sock. If you remember, these ones were mismatch socks. So yeah, these ones I do 80 rows, and yeah, so I'm probably gonna work on these a lot today. So I don't know if a part of me would love to finish this today and put the heels in tomorrow, but we will see. Maybe I can see what happens today. See how much knitting time I have. But I am having no doubts that I will finish these before summer sock camp. Because these will not count. Because you have to wait until June 1st, which is Tuesday. And then I'm just going to go crazy. I don't know. I probably won't. I don't like to have too many socks on the needles at once. I might cast on one. Work on it until I get to the heel, and then maybe I'll cast on another sock or something like that. We'll wait and see. Alright. So, yeah, I had to cast on a sock. 4 days without casting on anything. Or 4 days without socks on the needles. I couldn't do it. I didn't even last 24 hours. Alright, this is the one that's kind of a whip, but finished. The knitting is all done. I just need to block it and Kitchener the ends together. So, I love this so much. I have a bobbin of yarn at the end here so I can. So I was here last week. So yes, I finished a whole repeat. So it has 3 repeats. Oh, look at this. This is the Paint Pan Cowl by Wendy of Warm Stripes. This is KnitPicks Stroll Ash is the background gray color. And let's see, this red and purple are KnitPicks Stroll. And the other ones are a mini set of pineapple yarns. There's 10 grams in each color. And I had enough to do a whole nother repeat. I put them away already, but there's like one or less gram of each color. So I'll probably just, I don't know, put them in scrappy socks. It's not enough to put in my blanket. I need about 4 or 5 grams to put in my blanket. I could stripe it. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of ends to weave in that I don't want to do. So, this will be the last time you'll see it in a long tube like this. I will show it after I block it, because right now it's kind of bumpy. It's not that bad, but I am going to block it, and then I will Kitchener. And then I will show it next week. This is going to be a gift. So this one is still a good length. The one I made myself, I did 4 repeats. This is only 3. I don't think you'll be able to like double it, wrap it. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I block it. But it's a very nice, just wrap it around yourself, put your goat on. Yay! So you will see this one more time, and then you'll never see it again. And after I block it and Kitchener the ends, I will weigh it, and we'll figure out how much it is for stash. Alright, I gotta take my stitch marker off because we don't want to wash him. It's my little lumberjack beaver. My camera's not the best for focusing. Oh, look at that little tail! Alright, we'll set him right there. So, after I record, I'm going to block this, and hopefully it will be dry. It seems like it takes a long time to dry. I'm hoping that I will have it kitchenered and dry and all that good stuff before next week. Seems like it takes 3 or 4 days to dry. We will see. Oh, got a hangnail. Ouch. All right, whip. Number 2 or 3. I don't know how you want to call it. This is another whip that is like almost done. But I had a little problem. I wasn't thinking. But it's fine. So where was I? This is my Vertices Unite by Stephen West. I believe I had section 1, 2, and 3 done last week. I'm unfolding it so I can show you. Maybe. So this is section 1. This is section 2. And this is section 3. Sorry, this is really hard to show. Section 3. Section 4. Section 5. And section 6. I did it. I finished it. Oh my. Look at all of this beautiful stripe. Beautiful stripey goodness. Oh my, this thing is a beast. So, this is all KnitPicks Felici scraps. So I finished all the sections, and then, I don't remember what day, someday this week, Stephen West on his Instagram put out a video for the I-cord edge in stripes, and it was like either the day after or the day of that I was finishing this, and I'm like, this is a sign. This is a sign that I need to do a stripey I-cord edge on this. So I had to order yarn, and it came. This is part of my stash. So I'm going to do a black and white border. Oh, goodness, I can't wait. I hope I can figure it out. I've never done a border before, so let's just do stripes. This is KnitPicks Stroll, black and white. Oh, so I'm so excited. So I'm hoping that this is enough. I have no idea. That's 100 grams. It shouldn't take 100 grams to do a border, right? That was my first, like, oh, whoops, I guess I have to order yarn, because I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. What color I wanted to do. Well, after I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's decided. And then I was thinking, how in the world? You have to pick up and knit like a row around this whole thing. How in the you-know-what is all of that going to fit on this 32-inch cord? Because the pattern says 32-inch cord. I'm like, has anybody done that? I have no idea. I'm like, this is section 6, and look, it's pretty much... So I'm a little confused. So I decided that I have my Chiaogoo interchangeable needles. I decided that I'm going to use those for the border, and I had to order a giant cord. I think I ordered a 47 and a 60. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. Probably the 60, because this thing is huge. So I just bought some cables, but they're not going to be here until Tuesday, so I can't work on this. It's like, oh, I wish I would have thought about that like 3 weeks ago when I was making this. so that I could have had that ordered already. But since it's, you know, Memorial Day weekend, there's no mail on Monday. I'm like, God darn it. So somehow I'm supposed to knit all around this thing and then do my border. I don't know, this is like my first big shawl project ever, so I'm a little confused. I don't know. So, I don't know, maybe I'll just start going around and it will make sense to me. But I do love this so much. And this is going to be massive stash dash project. So yeah, I was kind of bummed. Like I have nothing to work on here besides my blanket. My socks will probably be done pretty soon. I don't know what I'm going to work on. Probably my blanket, I guess. Oh well, it's fine. It'll give me a few days to study the video, the I-cord video, and learn how I'm going to do this. But, oh, I really love this. So 5 and 6 kind of look like one big section for me because I'm using stripey yarn. This one you use 2 colors you stripe, and then this section 6 is all solid color, but since I'm doing stripes, so I have big stripes then like mini stripes. So this one you didn't stripe it, so I have big stripes, and obviously that section I striped. So I love it. I can't wait to finish this and block it, and it will be ready for fall. Oh, I'm so excited. And it's like, it's so squishy. Oh. And it's so drapey. Oh, I love it. So let's see, what else about this? I used US4 Knitter Pride Dreamz. But I'll be using my Chiaogoo interchangeable needles to do the I-cord. Wish me luck. I really want to work on this, but I don't have my cable. I need my cable. Alright. That is that whip. Last one more whip. I've been working on this a ton this week. Usually in the evenings. It's a perfect... Oh, get over here. It's heavy. Perfect, mindless, not knit, crochet. And I got strings everywhere. What's going on here? It's my blanket, my granny stripe blanket. Here it is. This is another stash dash project that I really want to finish. I am using KnitPicks Felici scraps, and I make magic knot balls. And I'm tangled up. So I just magic knot them together. I use the Very Pink Knits video for that. And I'm using a crochet hook Clover D 3.25 millimeter. I really love this hook. And let's see, I think in my show notes that are down below, I cast on, chained, whatever you want to say for crochet, 362 stitches, which is probably way too big. Let's see where my marker is. I don't like unfolding this all the time. Folding it, unfolding it. So here, I was here last week, so I finished all of this. That's a good, like, 3 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches. This is my little snowman hot cocoa mug from Simply Serving. It's so cute. So yeah, I knit. I crocheted about that much. It's awesome. Yep. So yeah, been usually working on that in the evenings. I'm gonna move my little snowman. Right there. So yeah, this is what I got. So we'll see how much. I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I have a bunch of scraps. I have a lot of Felici. Even with finishing that shawl, I still have a bunch. Now the bag used to be like really stuffed, but now it's it's full. I can zip it without any problems, but there's still a lot in there. So I don't know, I'm just gonna keep going. You know, I keep making Felici socks. I'm just gonna keep adding to that bag. So, yep. I guess there's nothing else about this blanket besides I really love it, and it's nice to work on the evenings. No thinking involved. And then since it's not magic loop, I don't have to mess with the cord. I just keep on going. All right, that is all the things that I've been working on. I feel like it's a lot of finishing and not a lot of starting of things. Which is okay, I guess. All right, we'll talk about stash. So this was part of my stash. Now I'll put that in this bag. This is the bag my shawl is living in. Knitter. All right. Stash. I did buy some yarn. I bought some minis. Minis from the Cat Lady. This is the Spring Fling mix. I believe it's 20 grams. I think it's 20 grams of each color. I know the spring, these ones are BFL. Yep, 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon, 20 grams each. 3-ply fingering weight. There's your card close up. It is a little charmy, little heart. So I'll probably make socks with these. BFL's good for socks. And then whatever I don't use, I'll put them in my blanket. Oh, I love that green one. Alright, and then I couldn't just buy one set of minis. I had to buy 2 sets of minis. This is her conversation hearts. I believe she has a pre-order for this. So if you want one, you can snag one. I might be doing, I think I said in my last episode, this yarn was used for a pattern from Aquila, the Lefty Knitter. She did a conversation cowl. So I have the pattern and I have these minis. I just have to scrounge up some stash for the background color. I have black and gray. I do black and gray. And I have white. I don't know. We'll see. A project in the future. I'll probably make 2 cowls for my kiddos. I'm pretty sure I can get 2 kid cowls out of all this. Maybe. So yeah. I bought some minis. Minis don't count at stash. Oh, I did. Yesterday I bought some Opal yarn. Oops. I have never knit with Opal. I have never knit with Regia. I do have some. Regia. Oh, this too. And that one. So I have some in my stash. I just haven't knit it yet. But I think I might. For summer sock camp. So here is my my last stash acquisition. Oh my, I've been wanting this bag forever. This is by Stolen Minutes. One of her updates, I missed out. I got carjacked, and it was sad. And then I'm like, well, whatever. I guess I tried, and she had another update, and I was able to get one. It's a kitty bag. Black and white stripes on the inside. It has a little ring, a little binder ring for your stitch markers. Oh, so excited. Box bottom. It's a perfect little sock bag with kitties. I used to have a black cat when I was younger. So that reminds me of my black kitty that I used to have. Her name was Blackie, of course, right? If you have a black cat, you gotta name him Blackie. It was an outdoor cat, because my parents were not into indoor cats. Alright, that's all the stash. That's it. Next time, I don't know if I'll have any next time. So I did order some Opal. It depends on when that gets shipped. And my Row 1 minis came. Or not came. They haven't been shipped yet. So I don't know if those are going to be here by next weekend. We'll wait and see. Alright, reading and watching. I finished some books this week. Which ones did I finish? My show notes are backwards today. I finished Harry Potter number 4. I finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Excuse me. Those are both audiobooks. I'm looking at my show notes. And I finished Iron Gold. That was the 4th book in the Red Rising series. I'm not going to go on with that. I didn't care for that book. I like the first 2 or 3. And then I'm like, this is, I'm done. I don't know. I'm not getting into it. So those are the books I finished. I started The Whisper Man by Alex North. Some of these authors I'm not pronouncing because I can't, but I do have them in the show notes typed out so you can Google the books if you want. Some of them I can pronounce, some of them I can't. Alex North I can pronounce. I'm reading that on my Kindle. It's a thriller book. I probably shouldn't be reading that right before I go to bed, but that's what I'm doing. And it's about children disappearing, so that's even better right before I go to bed. I need to choose my books more wisely. So far it hasn't been that bad. Then I started The Invisible Life of Addi Larue. I'm not going to pronounce that one. I think it's V.E. Schwab. I think that's how you pronounce it. So that's what I've been reading. Finished 3 books. That's pretty good. I'm still like 8 or 9 books behind schedule. I need to pick shorter books, but it seems like every book that I want to read is not. It's either like a 12-hour audiobook or like a 400 to 600 page book. Oh well, we'll get there. All right, what am I watching? We didn't finish anything. Oh, I take that back. When I wrote my show notes, we didn't finish anything, but is it Friday night? Yes, Friday night we finished Westworld Season 3. I'm watching Fargo Season 2 on my own. My husband will not watch that with me. And we're watching Stargate SG-1 Season 2. We have watched Stargate before, but it's been like 7 or 8 years since we've watched it, so we decided to just rewatch it. And that's all I got. I guess we'll do life stuff. This will be a little bit shorter episode this week. the weather has been bonkers. So earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was like mid-80s. We had to turn our air conditioning on because that's too hot. I mean, it's fine during the day, but when I want to sleep, no. I need it to be cool when I sleep, otherwise I can't. And then Friday, the high was like 48. We had to turn the heat back on. Come on, Mother Nature, decide. I mean, I'm fine with like 70s. It doesn't need to be 90 yet. But 48? It's freezing. So the weather has been crazy. Really hot and then really cold. What else happened this week? Oh, we had a tree removed in our... Oh, okay. The tree is not in our yard. I don't know if I could describe this very well. So we have a fence. And in the corner of the said fence, there's a tree like on the neighbor's property, like right there. And pretty much all of the limbs and the whole tree is leaning towards our fence. And it has been for a long time. And it was like half dead. Half of the branches had leaves, half of them didn't. One of our other neighbors chopped off a big limb. And we were hoping that they were just going to cut the whole tree down, but they didn't. Which, it's fine. It's not, they can only cut what's on your property. If it's hanging on your property, you can chop it off. So, I guess most of it was on our property, so we took care of that. So now the tree will not fall on and damage our fence. So, yeah, that's pretty much the only exciting thing that happened this week is we got a tree. Pretty much all of the tree removed. I mean, there's like a 4-foot stump, 5-foot stump on their side of the property. We're right next to our fence. That is not on our side of the property, so we cannot remove it all the way, which is fine. That behind us there is on that side of our house, there is a small apartment complex, and they don't keep up with their tree removal very nicely. There was another tree. This probably fell over like 3 or 4 years ago and messed up our fence. So that's why we decided to get rid of this tree, because he wasn't going to do it, or they weren't going to do it. I don't know who owns that place, but they have another dead tree that's been dead for 3 or 4 years. Still there. A big chunk of it fell off. Almost hit somebody's car. Tree's still there. So they're not up to cleaning up their trees when they're half dead or dead altogether. Which is fine. I understand. It's a lot of money to remove a tree. We're not going to talk about how much money we spent, but it's fine, because if that tree would have fell on our fence, we'd still have to remove it, and we'd have to fix our fence. So we're saving a little bit of money. Yeah. So that's it. Pretty much just the tree. My husband is still working from home. My kids have about 3 weeks left of school, which is weird. I think we have decided, unless something happens, my kids will be going back to school in person in the fall. Am I nervous about it? Yes. Am I anxious about it? Yes. But do I want them to go? Yes. They are 8 and 10, So they can't get the shot yet. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen. It's probably not going to happen until probably the end of the year. So they're going to have to wear masks. So it's summertime. We're going to be learning to wear masks in the house for a little bit, slowly, until they are used to them and not having to be distracted with them when they're going to school. Yeah. Today, my goals today. Work on that sock. My other foot's falling asleep. Excuse me. Work on those Monopoly socks. After I'm done recording and put this on the computer, I'm going to block that cowl. Get that pinned out and all nice and neat. Yeah, what else? I think we're going to the library today. Man, I really want to work on that shawl. I want to figure out that I-cord. But I really don't think I can do that on a 32-inch cord. I really don't. If I do, I'll probably regret it. So yeah, next week I will have probably 1 or 2 cast-ons, maybe 3, and probably all socks because summer sock camp starts on Tuesday. Yeah, I'll probably work on my blankets, my crochet blanket in the evenings again. Work on socks during the day. I'm gonna start my Desert Vista Dye Works socks on Monday, or not Monday, Tuesday, because that's the 1st. It's my June socks. Yeah, I'm just rambling now. Enough to make it a regular episode, 42 minutes. Oops. All right, don't forget to enter the giveaway over in my Ravelry group. You have 1 more week to enter, and then I will draw the winner at the end of the week. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, you could put it right down there. I just remembered something. I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed. It is really weird that 1,000, I don't know, maybe not 1,000 people watch because my views are like 500 to 600 per video. So at least 500 people are watching, which is terrifying, but exciting. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed, whether you're just now watching or if you've watched since the beginning, or if you found me and decided to go all the way back and watch all of them. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go for reals this time. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.